Welcome to the Property Line Whites, everything real estate. My name is Catherine Nanteza and I'm your host tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have very interesting guests. We have urban planners, urban development experts. They are both doctors. Our first guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Dr. Anatoly. Apart from Dr. Anatoly, we have another doctor in the house, none other than Dr. Mhwezi Derrick, who happens to be also the newly appointed chairperson of the National Physical Planning Registration Board. I know he's about to correct me on that. You know that board has kept changing.
Yeah, but he will introduce
himself,
and he's also the president of the Uganda National Urban Forum.
Hello, viewers.
Dear viewers, we will be discussing urban development issues, but first and foremost, we had in the past 1 or 2 years, the president declared some new cities, over 10 cities. I'm sure even the cities themselves are wondering what changed. I mean, we are still in the same place, still suffering the same issues. What changed? So I would like to start with Dr. Mhwezi. What's the difference between a town, a village, and a municipal? And I think Dr. Anatoly, whenever you can jump in. But what's the difference? What makes a city a city? What makes it different from a municipal or a town?
The difference between an urban area and a village or a rural area is that an urban area is supposed to be composed of people whose major pursuit, whose major activity is not agriculture.
Oh, I see cows in Chiwatru.
The major activity, the largest percentage of the population in an area you call urban shouldn't be practicing agriculture.
Yeah.
So they should be in commercial activities, in the service industry, in the industries, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. So that change from agriculture to those particular services is what qualifies an area from being rural to being urban.
Okay.
And then when we now start talking about when we go into the urban areas, then there is a hierarchy of urban areas.
Okay.
At the lower level, we start with trading centers, which evolve into towns that we later on call town councils. And the town councils evolve into municipalities, and the municipalities are the ones which evolve into cities. And maybe later on metropolitan areas.
Okay.
So the word city, the word metropolitan area has an element to do with the size. The size of the town, the size of the population, the size of the activities that are taking place within that area.
I heard that one of the cities we know, is it Rome or somewhere in Italy, is on 100 acres. So Dr. Anatoly is literally having how many of those cities? Dear viewers, for those who may not know, Dr. Anatoly Kamugisha is one of the founding fathers in real estate, with the largest city so far, satellite city in Uganda. He, by the way, people may think Arkwright has only this Arkwright city, but there are over 11 estates before the city came up or after the city. So apart from this Arkwright where we are sitting, there is also Arkwright Chira, which is a big estate as well, but not to the size of Arkwright. And Arkwright, Dr. Mhwezi is sitting on 2 square miles. So that would be like how many rooms? I think 4 or 5 of them. And more.
Yeah.
Yes. How do we now rate this in comparison to what you just described as a city? First, before we get to Dr. Anatoly, how did you think about that idea, coming up with a city? And now he's telling us it's about size. Should we rate Akrite as a city?
It's not, as I say, it's not about size alone. I believe that by Akrite having a vision of a city, they were looking at creating what we would call like a self-sustaining place, which has all activities in one place. So if I have residential areas, if I have commercial areas, if I have recreation areas, if I have industrial areas, if I have worship places, then I can easily qualify myself
to be a city. Dr. Anatole, you can jump in from there. I see you're itching.
Yes,
because Akrite seems to have all that mentioned.
Definitely,
Yes. Tell us about
when you said
the dream.
how did I come up with the dream? First of all, this is how it started. You know, any business is always a solution society need. The moment you see a problem, then you think about solution, then you are creating a business. So after looking at what was happening around, and with the slums coming up everywhere, here and there, and coming from a background of construction, I found there is a need to build an organized human settlement. And this human settlement must be an integrated human settlement where all classes of people, you know, naturally there are 3 people that live naturally on Earth. And these are the high income, the middle income, and lower income. Across the world, we live in 3 categories: the low income, the middle income, and the high income. So now, when you are solving a problem, then you must look at what kind of community you are targeting. But of course, when you talk about city, then you are inclusive. You are considering all those classes of people, putting them together and integrate them, and they live together in terms of having harmony. First of all, each party supports the other. Take an example. You can't find a rich community without a poor community.
Otherwise,
you can't survive.
Is that the reason we have a slum at every corner?
Yes. You can't have a rich family, a high income community without a poor family. And also, a poor family also cannot, poor community cannot also
live
survive
alone
without a rich community. So they all support each other. So when you are developing a community, and you want you want to plan it as a city, then you must look at 3 classes: the high income, the middle income, and the lower income.
Are all those classes in Akrite?
Definitely, yes.
And industrial, the shopping areas, whatever Dr. Muhwezi was listing.
Everything is there, including a small slum around us. Yes, because there are some people who are selling mandazi, who are selling fruits around, because they are targeting a rich man to pass there and buy something. So you cannot avoid all those kind of needs. Naturally, they attract each other. They attract each other. That's where they come. That's when they all magnetize themselves, and they make a community, and they become a sustainable community.
Dr. Muhwezi, a key component of a city is always physical planning. Now, these new cities that have just been declared, how are they fitting into the physical plans? I mean, they had a plan as a town council, and now I've seen some of them have expanded even before, and people are asking themselves, so what happens to me who was in a rural area, now I'm in the city? Then what? Bring us to the city.
The expectation or the norm would be that a city, or not cities alone, but any urban area should be having a physical development plan. At a higher level and at a lower level. At the lower level, we call them detailed physical development plans. At the higher level, the language we used to use in the past was a structure or a master physical development plan. And so the expectation would be that the new cities should be having or are supposed to be preparing physical development plans.
Yeah.
The little information that I know is that as we talk now, I think 4 of the original, of the 10.
Okay.
4 of the 10, maybe 5
Have detailed plan?
have physical development plans.
Not detailed.
The detailed planning aspect, that one I'm not very sure. But at least they have the physical development plans to guide the overall development of the city. Of course, when a physical development plan has been prepared for a city, or a city has a physical development plan, we expect that city to go ahead and prepare detailed physical development plans. It's the detailed physical development plans that come out strongly to guide real development on the ground, because they are the ones which show the layout of plots, the layout of roads, which are later on to guide other developments like other infrastructure, water, the running of water, electricity, and also the building layout. You cannot do it properly without a detailed physical development plan.
Talking of the building layout, as dear viewers, I'm sure you're going to work with us and you'll see Arkwright City and how it's really detailed in its planning. Well, did you have that in mind? Did you have a detailed plan that you followed or that you gave to the buyers of the plots in Arkwright City? Because everything seems to be in a particular place as if it was supposed to be there. Unlike the rest of the parts of Bwebaja.
Take an example. This thing you see is Arkwright Master Physical Development Plan. By the way, you can Google, you can go it and download it. Even you can go on Amazon and download it because it is the one that made this project become a reality.
Okay.
It has all the literature. Let me tell you, for a business like this one, which is a city, you must have 2 things. One, you must have an intellectual direction to the concept or to the development. 2, you must have a skillful execution to the project. And to have the 2, they work hand in hand. You must be having a masterpiece, a well-thought concept, written, documented properly, analyzed, guided, and all the details are in the book. So whether the founders are there or not there, whoever you can be there can still implement. And that's why the Arkwright City stands out. How many projects do you know have launched satellite cities, have launched those projects that have not taken off? It is because why Arkwright has become a reality is because everything has been documented. It was not speculated. It was studied, conceptualized, detailed, and followed to dot by using 2 pillars, which I've said, the intellectual direction and skillful execution.
Wow. Dr. Mhwezi, for the new city.
To support my friend.
Yes.
It's very, very important to have a detailed plan.
Okay.
On top of the physical development plan of the town.
And now we are talking government.
Yes.
Okay.
And when we say detailed plans, it's like you are preparing a plan for a neighborhood. Forget about the whole city. I'm preparing a plan specifically for Nakasero. I'm preparing a plan for Nigeria.
Yes.
I'm preparing a plan for Bulindo. It's important to have that plan. I was surprised when I reached here to find that there is a plan which has been prepared, detailed. I see it, its name is Masaka Eco City.
Yeah.
2026-2040. It clearly shows the layout of roads. It shows the layout of the plots. It shows the layout of any other activities. I see leisure, I see commercial, I see many things here. That's the detailed plan.
Okay.
But it is more important, very, very important, to put that plan into action.
Okay.
We can have detailed plans, but if they remain in the drawers, we will not see anything on the ground to show that this country or this city is well planned.
And you're talking to the I don't even know what to call him, but he's like the father and the mentor in real estate. And Arkwright International is committed to building cities, not just in Kampala, but across different regions. I know that Arkwright is preparing to do a city in Soroti. You've seen Masaka. Yeah, we are planning to do that also in Masaka. And it's the reason I wanted us to have this conversation. As the government is rolling out these physical development plans, is it possible to have something like this for all the new cities where you know where to put the hospital, the school, the industrial park, where to put the agricultural bit? Because as we are going to the new cities, you know that they've been previously rural. So we don't want to plan out the agricultural bit, but to put it also in plan. Where will the farms be? Which kind of crop will it be? So is government having any of such detail when we talk of a detailed plan? And if not, what would be your advice to the new cities? I mean, being also a lecturer in fiscal planning.
You know, Catherine.
Yes.
Detailed plans are supposed to emanate.
Yeah.
They are supposed to be derived from the physical development plan, from the larger plan of the city.
Yes.
And so a detailed plan is like going ahead to subdivide what you originally planned as residential. You go ahead and subdivide it into what you expect that residential area to look like.
So we start with zones?
Or other requirements of a self-sustaining residential area.
So what comes first? Is it the zonal plan?
Yes.
Or the detailed?
From the physical development plan. And those words confuse. Maybe the best word to use would be from a master plan.
Yes.
Or from a structure plan.
Yeah.
You prepare a zoning plan.
Okay.
So you zone a given area into different particular land uses guided by the master plan.
Okay.
And then after the zoning plan, you go ahead to subdivide this land into plots
Oh, okay.
that can now be used by different
Dear viewers, we are going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we will start from there, because now Doctor is going into dangerous grounds. Because if you start into the plots, remember, we have like 4 land tenure systems. That's a whole elephant to start tackling. But our viewers, we are going to be back and we'll continue talking physical planning and building cities.
The Property Line.
Welcome back from that very brief break. We are having interesting discussions while you are away. Yeah, dear viewers, we continue here. We are actually sitting in Arkwright City. Arkwright has city, it has towns, it has, you know. Yeah, you were talking of how these plans are finally broken down from the zonal part to details up to the plot. Does it go up to the color of the roofs, the houses, what happens? And then, yeah, as you talk of the details up to the plots, we have that land tenure issue.
Yeah, of course. You know, that's before we started the show. Yeah. I had discussions with Anatori, yes. And he was talking about the different professionals, yes, that are very, very important in the built environment. And these different professionals have different roles to play, yeah, in the sector. So there is a level where if I prepare a detailed plan, I can go ahead and prepare a site plan. Oh, okay. Yes. But then there's another person who is supposed to come and prepare, for example, build the architectural plans. Okay. Bearing in mind what, for example, a physical planner has prepared in terms of orientation of the building, vis-a-vis the roads, vis-a-vis some other aspects. And the others to check things, public health, and so on and so forth. So really, we don't stop at the detailed plan, okay, because planning continues even up to like where we are, interior designing, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Anatoly, how was it in your experience in building a city like this? When he's talking about up to the site plans and details, I see for you, it came even up to the rooftop and kind of house or structure one should have on this particular plot. What were the challenges?
Okay.
And how can we advise the new cities?
What I can tell you is that when you talk about building a city,
Okay.
you must first of all be able to study the kind of people you are targeting.
Okay.
And now, after knowing the kind of people you are targeting, then you must also put in all elements of satisfying them and also minimizing challenges or problems, because you are solving a problem. Because the business is solving a problem. Now, when you are solving a problem, you say this one shouldn't be there, this one shouldn't be there, and then you brand towards a certain vision where you are branding. Okay, take an example. When you are building like a city,
Yeah.
either privately or a government, you do a master physical development plan. And let me tell you, this, take it as a very serious statement. The master physical development plan is an accelerator of development.
Okay.
It is it accelerates transformation. How does it do it? Because it exposes there would be opportunities. It exposes them, and if you don't plan, then they keep on hidden.
Okay.
They keep on hidden. And then because they are hidden, then it creates a crisis of shortage.
Okay.
But now when you plan, then you are creating abundance of resources all exposed. That's why when you are putting up a city, then you are exposing so many opportunities, and you are now minimizing, you are creating a lot of abundance of everything. And then you are accelerating transformation, you are accelerating, development. Then everyone, then you find that something that would be stopping somebody to do, maybe to build, he wants to put up a commercial plot,
Okay.
but because there is no master plan, there is nowhere even to buy a plot, then he will fail to develop it. But if there is a master plan for the city everywhere,
If
so
they
that,
know what is
so
going
that
to happen,
I want
here,
I want
what
a
should
plot,
be there.
I want a plot for putting up an industry. So there is an industrial park. So I go to industrial park and apply and get a plot and put up a factory. But
Okay.
if there is no such a kind of master plan, where do you put that factory? It means now the transformation and development will not be there. If I think of putting up maybe a school, and there is a place that has been designed for
school.
then I will go there and say, oh, I want to put up a school. Where is the land for the school? I will get. If I want to put up my residential house, and I say, I want to a residential, and there are plots designed and planned, then immediately I will, of this class, then I will get. So
Yeah.
it means that accelerates to the development. But if those things are not there, it means if they are not planned, then it means they are not there. They are not identified. You can't know where they are. Definitely, that means you are stopping the what? You are hindering the development. So that's why when you do a master physical development plan,
Yeah.
you accelerate the development. This made Singapore.
Okay. I was actually coming to that. Because I had your discussions earlier.
This made Singapore to transform from Islam, because Singapore was 70% Islam.
Wow.
And Singapore as a country, by even the landscape, is bad because it is a
water.
swamp. Yeah, Singapore is a swamp. You
Yeah.
can imagine Islam in a swamp.
Yes.
So it was bad news. But now this man, Lee Kuan Yew, when he was chased away from Malaysia, and he came desperately, there is a lot of desperation. What he did, he called all his technical people, the physical planners, the architects, the surveyors, and create a think tank. And after creating a think tank, they said, what can we do? What they did, they said, we start by doing a master physical development plan of Singapore. That's why Singapore, it is Singapore as a city, and it is Singapore as a country. You know that because it is homogeneously developed. by one master physical development plan. You get
Yeah.
me? And it is when they did that, after putting the master plan on a paper, this master plan on a paper attracted all the developers of the world. People with money, people with opportunity. It created so many opportunities.
It has actually one of the most expensive real estate.
So the whole world rushed to Singapore to invest because the opportunities were there, the land was there, the roads are there, everything was cleared. There was clarity on how you invest and how you do that. So copying a leaf from Singapore, because I went to Singapore when I did it. That's why we came up with this Accurate City. I said when I do a master physical development plan of Accurate City, I'm going to attract all the money in the world. Then people started, someone from Washington is sending money, he wants to plot in Accurate. Someone from South Africa, he wants to put up a commercial thing here. Someone from there, he wants to put up what. So at the end of the day, where do you think we got the money? For us, our master physical development plan created, magnetized resources all over the world. And that's why it became a reality. By, of course, copying Singapore. And also it didn't stop there. When you look at Dubai, Dubai also...
I was actually going to that next.
Dubai,
those are my two role models when it comes to real estate.
Then in Dubai, they say, we have oil, but oil can get finished anytime. So what can we do? The man of Dubai called all his technocrats, the physical planners, the architects, he said, what can we do? They came up with a master physical development plan of Dubai, and created it on a paper, very well.
And it's less than 20 years.
Now, after that, now it started attracting investors all over the world, from America, from China,
Uganda.
From Uganda. They all took money to Dubai, and they built Dubai. Not only that, even China. China, by the way, was poor like Uganda. They went to Singapore. They copied the concept of Singapore. And they created what we call free economic zones in Dubai, and created cities.
In China.
Created cities. Yeah, and these cities they created are the one that lifted China from where it was up to where it is. So when I see our country creating so many cities here, I get excited because I know where we are going is going to be, Uganda is going to be another Uganda, where things are moving, and I'm happy when I saw the president calling all his MPs to Chankwanzi and brainstorming them with this, the tenfold.
What I wanted to tell you earlier was the president is one of the number one fans of the property lane. And everything we discuss here, he tries to follow up and implement. And from what I see, the new cities, and I know that the president is also looking at how do we change the skyline of Uganda. How do we fly over Uganda and it looks so beautiful? How do I drive through the streets and everywhere I look, it looks nice and it's attractive? How do we attract the diaspora or our people who are flying out to go and take pictures in Singapore and China? How do we attract them back in Uganda? And that's the purpose of this show. We are trying to tackle how do we build this country to a level where we are all proud of it. And now for the new cities, Dr. Muhwezi, what is your advice? How do we turn these new cities into what you read about or what you've seen in Dubai, in Singapore? I mean, I went to Soweto in South Africa, and it's very organized. When you hear Soweto, you think it's a ghetto, but it's very organized. Everyone has their small plot, but it's facing the same direction, same color, same size of everything, and it's enough for a whole family. How do we create our new cities to be better organized than what we see in Kampala?
And the moment you mention the word orderly development, then that's what physical planning is all about. Creating order in terms of the way we use our land, we develop our land. Therefore, I would advise the cities, especially, I think there are 7 or whatever, or maybe 6, which do not have physical development plans. Number 1, to prepare the physical development plans.
Now we are going to see in the next episode, how do we turn that into a city? See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
The Property Line.